Go further south, further south, further south, you know. One by one belt will be generating, you know. Like this. So now you are getting the tremor, you know, along MBT. Most of the tremors are along MBT now. This MBT is active. This is gone. This is a long time back subduction zone was there. So activity is now shifting towards south. Activity is shifting towards south. Why you understood now? The fast thrust belt developed here at the front. Next thrust belt, next thrust belt, next thrust belt, next. So now it has come up to this. You don't understand why, how these belts are made up of. Like suppose somebody asks you, you tell me the tectonostratigraphy of Himalaya. It is very easy, very easy. You start with lesser Himalaya. Start with the lesser Himalaya. Lesser Himalaya, Vindhyan rocks. Naturally, na, proterozoic rocks. We will discuss about Himalayan tectonics little later, you know. But suppose somebody asks you, how is the Himalayan tectonics? It starts with the lesser Himalaya, consisting of proterozoic rocks. Your Brole belt, Simla belt, all those things we will discuss. If you climb up, then crystallines will come. Central crystallines. What is the age of the rocks? Archean. Archean Paleoproterozoic. Next, if you go, the youngest rocks, Tethys will come. Tethys formations, Paleozoic rocks, Cambrian skull हो जाएगा, all fossiliferous horizons. Structure is same, scuppen. यहाँ भी scuppen है, the scuppens will be here, scuppens will be here. Everything is scuppen only. But these are the three belts. Very easy. After subduction zone will be here. This subduction zone will come here. Then China block will come, Tibet block will come. That we will discuss a little later. But Indian side you just see. Only three blocks. Vindhyan block, Peninsula Gneiss block. That is good. Finish. Now, when this mountain belt becomes out of ocean, it came out of the ocean. Now there is no ocean, everything is closed. Then this starts flowing. River started flowing, So now you have a very big mountain belt. The river started flowing like this. These same sediments will be again carried down and deposited here. So these are freshwater deposits. These are the freshwater deposits. Freshwater deposits means because of this thrusting, what happened? In the foreland, a depression was developed, a trough. Trough was developed. It becomes bent, like this. It becomes bent like this. So all these sediments were dropped down over this bent portion. This is called a lithospheric fracture. In which these freshwater sediments are deposited. Freshwater came from where you understood, na? Because rivers are flowing from here. So those rivers got carried the fresh sediments and deposited here. So these are molasses, your siwaliks. So the age of siwaliks will tell you when the sediments or the mountain belt came outside the sea, when sea was closed. Would you follow this point now? Now, the siwaliks also, because this is impressing, siwaliks has also these things, Siwaliks has also these thrust structures. So, we will discuss about Himalayan tectonics a little later, but how a convergent margin is configured, you just see. So, fleece will be where? Fleece will be deposited over this. When there was sea, the sediments which are being carried down, So, that is your fleece. Fleece is during the mountain building movement, whatever has been deposited in the bearing condition. But the molasses are the freshwater condition deposits. That is the difference between fleece and the molasses. So, I ask you, no, suppose I draw Himalaya is like this, Himalaya is like this, Himalaya is like this, and I ask you to draw all those 4 units, 4 such belts, tectonic belts, very easy. So you define this is the subduction zone, this is the subduction zone. So to some extent, you know, you bring the Tethys, here, Tethys sediment, Tethys sediments. Then what you will bring? Central crystallines. Tethys के बाद central crystalline will come. These central crystallines. You are understanding this diagram, no? This is the map view I am telling. Central crystallines. Then what you will bring? Lesser Himalaya. Lesser Himalaya. Bed. Like that. Then use Swalix. So all these belts are separated by these thrusts. This is the floor thrust for this. This is the floor thrust for this. So within each belt you will get those things. Scoopens. Within each belt you will get scoopens. This is how Himalaya look like. Details I will tell you, but at least the time doesn't permit you to remember this.
So why did not say this line don't central
Peninsula gneiss, Bundelkhand, they are metamorphic rocks. Granite gneiss. Crystalline means these are not, these sediments are not crystalline. They are sedimentary rocks, loose sediments with fossils. So these are not crystalline. Crystallines are peninsular gneisses, paleoproterozoic rocks, Archean rocks. They have been all metamorphosed now. Granites will be there, very old granites. So these are the sedimentary rocks, just equivalent to Vindhyans, you remember. Proterozoic rocks, Vindhyans. No fossil, but sandstone, say limestone, those things will be there. यहाँ क्या मिलेगा? Tethys sediments में you will get sandstone, limestone, same thing. But there are fresh deposits with fossils. Fossils will be there. Trilobites, all those things, you know. Fossils will be there. That is the difference. This is also sedimentary rock. This is also sedimentary rock. But these are proterozoic sedimentary rocks. Understood, na? So again comes the Swalix, mollusk deposits. Sedimentary rocks come down, you know, through rivers. So these are the 4 beds. Then this is the subduction zone. So in the subduction zone, what you see? Ophiolites. Ophiolites you will see inside this. So those things we will discuss now. We will go to hinterland. This is the foreland area. This is the foreland area. This part is the foreland. Foreland. We will go to hinterland now. Higher Himalaya is this. Central crystalline is higher Himalaya. ये किसको बोलते हैं? Tethys Himalaya. Tethys Himalaya. This will be around 7,000. This will be around 5,000, 7,000 meter. Tethys Himalaya. Higher Himalaya, central crystalline. Higher Himalaya will be 5,000 meter. Lesser Himalaya around 2,000 to 3,000 meter. Swalix may be 1,500 meter. Like. So कहाँ snow गिरेगा? Where the snowfall will take place from here? ये lesser Himalaya को थोड़ा छोड़ दो, central Himalaya, central crystalline से the snow covered hills will appear above 3,000 meter. Permanent snow covered hills will be there. This belt will be full of jungle sun, lot of rainfall. Which one? This lesser Himalaya and Swalix, you cannot just enter into it. Thick forest. Leave aside your Gharwal Himalaya, they have denoted the entire forest. But they are full of jungles. Lot of wild animals stay there. Right from the beginning. Beginning means when Himalaya was created, you know. So all those big animals, fossils you will get in Swalix. Sibapithecus. क्या Pithecus नहीं है. You must have read ना? Elephant fossils, घोड़े का फसील, तो इसका अंदर आ गया. Swalix का अंदर आ गया. क्यों? Why this Swalix के अंदर बड़े-बड़े फसील आ गए? Because they started living here ना, जंगल के अंदर. So they died. So river carried them, deposited in the Swalix. So those are those fossils. elephant fossils, horse fossils, very big animals fossils, you will get within these valleys. But इसके अंदर वो नहीं है. ये तो सी था, it was a sea ना, this was a sea. सी के अंदर घोड़े कैसे रहेंगे? वो हर trilobites will be there, foraminifers will be there. So those fossils will get in the Tethys. But mammalian fossils will get in the Sivalics. Because river carried them into the sediments. These are very thick jungles. Just cannot enter into it. Thick jungles. Himalaya, these foothills, lesser Himalayan, Sivalics, full of jungle. Once you cross it, the jungles will be very less. Forest will be very less. Because of the cold climate, the trees cannot grow. It is some sort of cold desert. Cold desert will start from central crystalline. You will see entire hill, totally barren hills. There won't be any cover. But once you come down to this place, full of cover. You will see sometimes if you happen to visit, some of these hill stations. Mussoorie is also okay. Mussoorie is just above IIT. If you can just go there, you will see, particularly during rainy season, you will see how clouds go through your car or vehicle. You can easily feel that one. Mussoorie, Simla if you go, these are the places which you can visit. But if you go to Badrinath or other places, they are in the central crystallines. If you go there, you will enjoy many things there. Everything is open there. Everything, sky is open, no cloud, nothing. Sky is, just glittering sky. Because there won't be any cloud. No pollution, no cloud. Night will be very cold, day will be very sunny. The path will be very dry. You can climb it. Now they have built the good road also to Badrinath. Badrinath, from where you can go. From Ayodhya can you go? Ayodhya to Haridwar, Haridwar, Rishikesh, take a car and go to Badrinath. That is the route now. That's the route. Sometimes you should go there also. May not be now after marriage also you can go there. Fine place to visit, those areas. Follow this point now, how the Himalayan architecture is made up of. Okay. Now, so this is the four lane. This is the four lane. Now, if you see, now, you want to ask something?
See that the thrusting of the Indian continent is caused to the decrease in speed of subduction.
So decrease of subduction, because we came across a continental block, na? When the continental block, it reached the subduction zone. So it was not permitted to go faster. It is a lighter block. That is why it didn't go inside. So the rate of subduction becomes less. That is what you are asking, na? Yeah, that is because of that.
And it may be that the continental is slightly more hard related to the oceanic sediment than.
Hard means it is lighter. Lighter. Because when deformation is taking place, it is taking care of entire lithosphere. It is not thin cover of ocean or anything. But you see this density or specific gravity of those blocks. Oceanic slab is denser and so it can go inside easily. Okay. Now, so this is the subduction zone. So this is the hinterland. This is the hinterland. So we discussed about the foreland. This is the hinterland. Hinterland. So this is the trench. Now these sediments which we have been discussing now, they will be carried down maximum up to 20-30 kilometers. The sediments will be carried down into the subduction zone, maximum up to 30 kilometers. Beyond that it cannot go. It is lighter. What can go inside, this lithospheric slab. The lithospheric slab, lithospheric slab means live inside the thin continental part. The oceanic part of the lithospheric mantle part, see, you have crust. Then this mantle, what is the lithosphere? Lithosphere is 150 kilometer lithosphere. So you have a mantle and a crust component. So mantle component is solid. Here it is solid, This is called lithospheric mantle. This is lithospheric crust. Now this crust is only 40 kilometer. This is only 40 kilometer maximum. Rest 100 kilometer is mantle. So this mantle goes inside, you know. Very thin crust goes inside. Rock का बहुत कम part जाता है. Because most of the crustal parts are lighter. Maybe lower crust may be dragged into the subduction zone. The upper crust never goes inside. It goes only up to 20 to 30 kilometers. Melts and come out. So what goes inside is the lithospheric slab. ये वाला पोर्शन जा रहा है या lower part of the crust, lower crust, which is also basic in composition, lower crust. This is basic in composition. This is ultra basic in composition. Since they are heavy, so they will go inside because of its weight. Now, so these are the sediments, you know. These are the sediments. You see, when this goes inside, so this slab, you know, this slab goes up to 670 kilometers. As a hard solid slab, it can go inside. So this 670 kilometer depth, both sides what are you observing? This side you have asthenosphere. You see up to 150 kilometer, the lithosphere ends. Then this is asthenosphere. Up to this solid thing, up to this is solid. Below this is asthenosphere. Similarly, this side also, this is asthenosphere. This is asthenosphere. Liquid mantle. So that means this slab is plunging into the liquid mantle. Why it is remaining solid? Because with the velocity it is going, with the speed it is going, you know. Just like suppose you have hot water, you can put an ice cube inside it. Quite deep you can put it and you can bring it out also. Still the ice cube will remain like that. Depends on the speed, you know. So this velocity of this plate is such that it is maintaining its brittle character, you know, up to 670 kilometers. So it can go. But what happens, you know, but the melting starts right from 150 kilometer depth, the melting will start. धीरे धीरे melting start हो जाएगा. May not be the entire slab gets melted. Entire slab will be melted at 670 kilometers. But the beginning of the melt will be from 150 kilometers. Because the asthenospheric mantle is starting from there. So the slab will start melting at 150 kilometers. Would follow this point? Now, once it starts melting, what will melt? First, this part of the lithospheric crust, you know, have hornblende, biotites, serpentinites. These are the phases, you know, which are present at the top of the oceanic plate. So they will start melting first. So lot of water is released, you know. Lot of water is released from here because there are water bearing phases in the lithospheric slab. So this water bearing fluid, you know, will start rising up like this. See? Start rising up like this. These are water bearing or water rich fluids. So when they rise up, so this is the lithospheric slab. Na? Lithospheric slab is sitting here also. तो इसको ये मेल्ट करेगा. This will melt this lithospheric slab. So when this melts, this produces your magmatic chamber starts developing. Magmatic chamber starts developing. By melting of this lithospheric slab. So this lithospheric slab is melting because of this water rich fluid. तो ये जाके इसके अंदर होके मेल्ट करेगा. Now when this melt starts, from different depth they are coming, you see, this fluid will migrating from here, like this now. And part of this slab is also started melting. Initially the melt was not much on this part of the slab, but as you go down, slab will start melting. Not only the water rich fluid will be emanating, but slab material is also being carried by this fluid. ये जाके इसके अंदर asthenosphere होके lithosphere होके ऊपर उठेगा. That is what will happen. So this will produce a magmatic chamber here. So this magmatic chamber will start what? Creating volcanoes. here, here. So from the melting of the slab mixed up with the asthenosphere and then melt of this lithosphere. So many things are added to it. It has three components. One is a slab component. It is a slab component plus asthenospheric component plus lithospheric component. So many things are involved in this. So whatever magma will be produced, they will have signature of all these three things. Slab का signature रहेगा, asthenosphere का signature रहेगा, lithosphere का signature रहेगा. But follow this point or not tell me. Now, these three symbols why I have given you. Close to the trench, you will have tholaitic volcanoes. Tholites. Center of the arc, this will be andesite. And this will be alkaline. So like this, you will have a distribution of rocks. Tholite will not be here, nor alkaline will be here. But follow this point, na? Tholitic is the shallowest magmatic chamber eruption. Andesite is little between, and alkaline is very deep. Alkaline comes from here, from deepest part it comes, and the andesite comes from here, and tholite comes from here. So this is called the magmatic polarity. Magmatic polarity. So from trench towards the hinterland, from the trench you go towards the hinterland. This is the hinterland part we are discussing. Yeah? So from trench side you will get tholaitic magmatic, then andesite, the alkaline. But if you see these three rocks, andesite is the most dominating rock, most dominating. So if you see, suppose let us take the case of Japan, Let us take the case of Japan. So Japan belt is this way, na? This is China. This is China. This is Japan, This Pacific plate is here. Are you able to understand this diagram? Pacific plate is here. Pacific plate is subducting like this. Pacific plate is subducting like this. So now, this is the trench. ये trench है. This is the trench axis. So island will be where? Here magmatic eruption will take place. So there will be islands here. There will be islands here. There will be islands like this. So these islands are made up of andesites. But if you see in detail, there will be alkaline rock here, alkaline, there will be andesite at the center of the island, then here will be tholites. So from this distribution you can say which way the trench subducts. So this is it. This is called polarity. So the alkaline rocks are the farthest one. Then the center one is the andesite. The closer one is tholites. Follow this point now. So because of this volcanism, you develop an arc. So this arc, as I told you, is called island arc. You see, I'll remove this part. I have some time. You see, let us take the case of America, southern, western coast. Here Pacific Ocean. This is Pacific Ocean, this is America. So now the subduction zone is going on like this. This is the subduction zone going on. So here is the ocean. But what about this? Here is the continent. Now where will be the andesite volcanism? Andesite volcanism will be here. Like this volcanics. Since so volcanics will get rocky Andes, rocky Andes like this. So here you cannot say them islands. Islands are geographic features. The hill or the islands which occur within the sea. So you can use the island arc for the ocean. But what type of term you will use for this? Magmatic arc or continental arc. Magmatic arc or continental arc. Continental arc. Understood now? So Rocky Andes is a continental arc. Japan is an island arc. Why it is called an island? Because it is occurs within the sea. That's all. Now you see. If you see this part, you remember now, I am giving you a temperature profile. This is lithosphere. What is the temperature here? 1200. Then asthenosphere? 24. Then D-double-S layer? 36. It is off layer. And center? Maybe 12, 4, 48, around 5,000. Very easy to remember. Huh? Now, you see, ये temperature कितना है? You remember these things, na? So base of lithosphere is 12. That is the thing. Now you see, this I will remember here. So when this slab is coming down, this is 1200. Here is 1200, 1200, 1200, 1200. ये ना, this is the 1200. Similarly, ये तो 0 है. This is 0, 0. This is 0. This is 1200. Now, if you come from 150 kilometer, this is 1200. You understood or not? Tell me. 1200 comes here. This is 1200 0 is going down. In 1200 and 0, this slab is going down. Now this is 0. So this 0 is gradually increasing, but 0, remember 0 is continuing up to 1200. You see? Because ice cube is going down into the hot water. Ice cube is going down in the hot water. So the ice cube, surrounding the ice cube will have 0 degree centigrade. So like that, the ice cube is going down. ये 1200 हो गया तो क्या हो गया? Because I have ice cube, right? This is 0. You don't understand this part. Now, इधर 1200 यहाँ आया, ये जाके नीचे जाके ऐसे करेगा ना इसे. If you join 1200 centigrade isotherm, this will be like this. Because this indicates, after this it will start melting. After 1200 it will start melting. So 1200 degree isotherm will be like this. So ये कितना है? ये 1200 है, ये 0 है. अब देखो all along the range समझ इतना आता है. 0 से 10 ऐसे करके ऐसे जाएगा. देखो इस रेंज का अंदर ये very cold area, though it goes up, depth जाता है. It's a cold area. Range is not a hot area. Range is a very cold area because isotherms plunge, into asthenosphere. So range is a very cold area. Temperature may go up to 200 degrees centigrade or even less. Why it is cold? That is the reason. Because isotherm plunges along with this slab. But what about the pressure? What about the pressure?
It increases.
Pressure has nothing to do with the slab, it has to do with the density of the material. So pressure is, say per kilometer, around say 20 MPa, 26 MPa. So say 30 kilometers you are going. Nearly around 7 kilobar, 8 kilobar हो जाएगा. Pressure is as per the lithostatic pressure. Pressure is as per the lithostatic pressure. But what about the temperature? Temperature is unusually less. Normal up if you take here, you go by 1 kilometer, temperature will increase 30 degrees centigrade. Pressure will increase by say 30 kilowatt, 3 kilowatt. So that is the ratio, you know. But if you take the trench area, pressure is increasing, but temperature is not increasing. So that is a special case in the entire globe. The trench is a special zone where the pressure increases but temperature does not increase. It is a mismatch. That is why these sediments, you know, which are occurring within the trench, so they will be metamorphosed, but indicating a very high pressure, but no temperature, low temperature. That is why you get the sediments, you know, along the trench metamorphosed to a high pressure and low temperature. इसलिए हो रहा है वो, टेम्परेचर इसलिए लो है. So this is called high pressure bed. High pressure bed. So these are the places, you know, where you get blue schist. Blue schist. Blue schist. Up. Must be remembering your metamorphic class. If I just recollect, you know. So this is pressure, you know. This is temperature. Normal range is like this, you know, pressure increases, temperature increases. Now, if your isograde or the क्या बोलते हैं ऐसे जाता है, these areas, you know, very low temperature. This area indicates very low temperature, but pressure is very high. So this is your blue schist. Blue schist में, but blue schist will grade into equinoid. Remember, हाँ? ये भी इक्लोवाइट होगा, ये वाला भी इक्लोवाइट बहुत बड़ा फील्ड है, काफी बड़ा फील्ड है. ये भी इक्लोवाइट होगा, ब्लू सिस्ट भी इक्लोवाइट होगा. But blue cyst is important for us. So all along this belt, you know, you will get blue cyst. Blue cyst में क्या क्या मिनरल होता है? ग्लोकोफेन, जेडाइट, लसोनाइट, ये सब याद है. These are the characteristics of blue cyst metamorphism. और ट्रेंच में ही मिलेगा और कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, कोई जगह पे नहीं मिलेगा ये. So this blue cyst metamorphism is the characteristic features of trench or subduction zone. So you must have having a hard name of Leh, L-E-H, Leh, ना? Leh किधर है? Ladakh, Kashmir, state of Jammu and Kashmir. That is the northernmost township in India. Sometimes you should go. Sometimes if you are posted in GSA, you will be bound to go. But from there, you know, this Sindhu river starts. Indus starts from very close to that. Indus river is flowing through Leh city. So Leh city has a GSA office. Leh city has a GSA office. Very good, very well located office. Life is fantastic there, you know. But very high, very cold. Very cold, lot of snow falls there. There you will see the rocks. Because this is above, this is in the central crystallines. Near the subduction zone, Tethys, central crystalline, Tethys, then the subduction zone comes. So the Sindhu river is on the subduction zone. So all along the river bed, you know, you will get these rocks, blue schist rocks. Rocks will be having this big globophones. Big globophones. Appearing just like ink blue. किसका ये 60 इंक है? किसका इतना इंक नहीं है? सब तो काले पिन. मैं देख नहीं रहा हूँ किसका क्या कर. इंक ब्लू. मालाचाइट तो ग्रीन हो गया. क्या बोलते हैं वो ब्लू को? एज़ुराइट. Very attractive rock, you know. Spots like this one. Throughout the area you will see. So that is the blue schist rocks. That is this city artery में ले है Indus river. Indus river is flowing just through this river. GSI में है तो आप okay. Now, so this is the blue schist rocks along the trench. If you go towards this side, you know, towards the arc side, here Here the magmatism is taking place. Here magmatism is taking place. Magmatism is taking place. Now, because of the magmatism, you know, here rocks undergo high temperature. That's contact metamorphism. High temperature, low pressure metamorphism. You understand why high temperature? Because the plutonic intrusions are going on, volcanic eruption is taking place. They increase the temperature. That is why a high temperature metamorphism is taking place along the arc. So you have a low, high pressure. This is a high temperature bed. Along the arc you will get high temperature bed. Along the trench you will get the high pressure bed. To understand this part now, why high temperature? Because of the magmatic eruption only, nothing else. Now you see, if this is the for the trench, this will be your island arc. This is the trench. Understood this diagram or not? So one side will be high temperature, island arc. Other side will be blue switch, the trench. So they will be occurring two parallel belts, you know. Trench will be showing the high pressure, this will be showing the high temperature. Understood now? Now if you see in third dimension, you know, I can close. Let us take the case of Japan. So all along this trench, you will get a high pressure. This is high pressure bed, followed by high temperature bed. This is high temperature bed. High temperature. So this is called a paired metamorphic bed. This is called paired metamorphic. So paired metamorphic beds are the characteristic features of the contact structures. ठीक है? I think we'll stop it here. Next class we will see.